Be me. Neat. Living in a small bedroom in an apartment. Trash everywhere. Wires everywhere. Have to go to the capital city for some errands. When I needed to go back, the early trains were sold out. Have to stay for the night. Cast lot. God Jehovah told me go to a luxury hotel. 1,500 buckaroo a night. It's not a hotel room, it's like a mansion amongst many mansions. So this is where the rich people go, huh? Spend 1,500. Drops me off at a mansion on a golf cart. Wow, this is an expensive place in an expensive city. They have a giant bathtub. I haven't had a bath since I was a child. Last time I was in my grandparents' bathtub, it was a small apartment, it could only fit a child. I could only take shower because the apartment is small. Try the bathtub. I am literally shaking. Have a giant boner. It was so comfy and warm I felt as if I was coming. Go to bed at 2 or 3 a.m. God wakes me up at maybe 6 a.m. Decide not to oversleep. Go on the balcony at dawn. Fly my drone up and observe. Wow. This is like a class jump. Fly drone to where Waggies live. 30 stories high expensive apartments. People cramped in small matchboxes. That day I felt something. Friday night story time, /x/. Fair warning that this story doesn't have a crazy conclusion, but that's because it actually happened to me this week. Be me. Riding public transport in major city. Early morning commuting to shitty office job. Already late, fuck me. Scramble into the train car. Find seat facing correct direction. TFW and no motion sickness. At least something's going right today. Briefly catch the eye of woman sitting opposite me. Cute MILF, maybe 40, dark hair and eyes. Wearing a winter parka, hood pulled up, bright red suitcase on floor. Her gaze is weirdly intense, almost like she's staring at me. European vibes, I think to myself. There's a major airport nearby, lots of tourists. Look away BC anxiety and immediately go back to listening to podcast about Byzantine mysticism. Glance back moments later, she's openly staring at me. Start to feel intense mixture of discomfort and desire. Look away but can't keep my eyes on the window. Feels like I have to look back. She's still staring at me, we lock eyes and stay like that. Her expression is comforting but also sexual. Keep thinking I should say something to her but work meeting is at soon o'clock, can't miss my station. Time passes crazy fast. Loudspeaker announces my station. Feels like I just woke up from a dream. Massive effort to break eye contact and get out of train. Turn around on station and she's still staring as the doors shut. Train pulls away and suddenly I'm overwhelmed with physical shakiness. Feels like after a terrible jump scare. Feels like that for a solid hour afterward. Wildest thing is that the whole time I had this enormous instinct to go sit next to her. Kinda missed her all morning. Despite the just survived some shit feeling. What the fuck did I encounter in ins? Am I going schizo, or was I just looking at some horny weirdo? Be me at age 14 back in 2004. Me and my family go on a camping trip. Be me bringing my dirt bike with me on the camping trip. On the first day we arrive and set everything up like the tents. The next day I take my dirt bike out for a ride around the campsite. While riding around I encounter a kid my age on a dirt bike too. We exchange no words with each other but start racing each other and trying to go faster than each other. We continue to race each other on our dirt bikes without any words exchanged. Then he says, "Striking me." He speeds off and I go after him. He chases after him for a while and then he makes a sharp turn. I make the turn and stop at a cliff which leads down into a canyon. I try and find the guy but don't see where he could have gone. It would have been impossible for him to go anywhere besides off the cliff. I go back to my family at the campsite and try to forget about it. The next day we all go on a hike with a canyon, and I realize it was the canyon I looked over yesterday. I see where the cliff is and decide to investigate and run off away from my family. I run over to under the cliff and here's what I see. A goddamn dead body that's all decayed probably and looked to have been for who knows how long. Run and tell my parents what I found, and they call the police. Turns out that it was some kid who went missing back a few years ago named Evan Harrison. I guess he was tired of being alone. Me. Be autistically fixated on gingers. Be New Year's 2022. Meet random ginger guy for the first time. Be half a year later. Get home from work, apprenticeship, by bike daily. One day car wants to randomly drive across my sidewalk, walk into a driveway. Brake and evade leftward. Driver sees me and brakes. Barely drive past, still braking. Not at all on the sidewalk anymore now. Still braking when hitting a rock as tall as half a person they just put in their front yard. Do a flip over it into lavender bushes currently getting gangbanged by about 10 to 15 bumblebees each. Be out of order for some time. Get up and yell "I'm fine." Meet random ginger guy again a week later. Hess blonde. Did I die there and still remember the reality in which that guy was ginger? Me. Subconscious soul of a human body. TFW, I won the lottery and I control the body of a Chad. He is breeding every day. Decide to use the resources I'm getting for more high-quality sperm so he can have very healthy offspring. He keeps breeding every day like a gigacat. Keep using all resources to keep producing it. Start to lower testosterone since he gets laid anyway. He keeps going. At this point he probably has hundreds of offspring, soon thousands. He keeps breeding, so I decide to use resources from every part. The body I control now has lower testosterone, worse skin. TFW, he starts breeding even more, a few times a day. Start every resource I can get, even weakening his immune system. He starts to stop breeding for a day. Think he needs more energy, give it to him. 2 days pass, 4 days pass, and now I'm giving him a lot of energy and even increasing testosterone, but he's still not breeding. 2 weeks pass and I'm freaking out why the fuck he isn't breeding. I am starting to increase his testosterone even more, clear his skin, increase pheromone production, make him healthier. It's been months and I keep using all the resources available to make him as desirable as possible. WTF is going on, brothers? Any other soul here in charge of the body subconscious know what else I need to do so he can breed? Me. Last night. Dream I'm in a field. Check phone. No signal. See bright flash above me. Extremely bright light. It's getting closer and closer. I reach my arms out to embrace it. My arms start becoming hot. It's getting hotter and hotter. My whole body is on fire. The environment around me lights up. Object getting closer and closer. Wake up before it hits me. I'm being dead serious, brothers. I dreamed this shit last night and woke up this morning to cell service being out on my phone and across the country. Please tell me I'm not the only one. This shit is really freaking me out. Hi op. Yes. What a coincidence that I just recently started remembering this same exact thing that happened to me when I was way younger, and you make this post. My situation was. Me. Remember my dream perfectly. Sitting on a sofa in my grandpa's apartment, my mom's dad. Browsing stuff on my phone. I was really into alien stuff at the time. Literal alien from a book I've read appears in front of me with a smile and waves. Wake up. Time passes. Lay down on a sofa in my grandpa's apartment, my mom's. Start reading some stuff about aliens. Look in front of me and instantly start getting the feeling of deja vu, same exact situation as if an alien was about to manifest right in front of me. Deja vu feeling lingers but never goes through, because in reality that alien never showed up in front of me, but still had feeling of deja vu. You know when you're about to sneeze and it never goes through, but you know you want to sneeze to feel good? Just like that. I came back to this thread to see if I'll read my fortune, but unfortunately got skipped. Instead I'll share my interesting dream. Be me in the dream world. in someone else's body, performing their physical actions, but they are the ones talking. Rich guy, big house, lots of superficial friends. Come to conclusion that being rich doesn't make you complete, the individual self is more important for living a fulfilled life. Suddenly cross the dreamscape to my house and I'm back in my body. Go outside, these big cat creatures are hanging out in a tree in my yard. One comes down, shapeshifts into a cute girl. She gets all touchy and tells me her strange origin story. Wake up, open up this thread to see if my reading was posted. Wasn't. Op is a faggot. Okay, so I tried to hex someone but it had the opposite effect, I think. Be me, fiercely trans and also a pocket that matters. Hex a Nazi chud on Discord who bullies my and other trans BIPOC in a server. He messages me saying he knows what I did and that I will suffer the consequences. Supposedly he has demons at his command, according to one person I talked to. Literally 5 minutes later blood and rancid puss begin freely flowing from my neo-vagina even though it isn't time for me to get my period. Now my gaming chair is basically ruined and smells even worse than it ever has. I still haven't cleaned it and don't think it is even worth it to. I'm just sitting on a towel or brown chunks stuck in carpet that smell like piss and rotting meat that I am still too emotionally traumatized by to clean up. It happened 2 days ago. My BF, friend since 7th grade, tells me he's detransitioning and breaking up with me that evening.